The wreck of Echo 10-4 has probably been the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. Studio 70, the company responsible for this film, is the largest film program in any K-12 school in the nation. We've made 2 feature films, with another on the way, dozens of shorts, and we consistently win awards. But the most important part of the program is that all the while we're learning. Our most recent film premiered in December, and I was lucky enough to be in the credits as a boom operator. For some reason, they chose me to narrate this documentary, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the making of the wreck of Echo 10-4. Keep in mind, before this project, many of us had never even been on a film set, so we had to learn pretty quickly. We had a few training days for the basics during school, but before we knew it, it was the first day of production.
So today is the day to cement what you've learned and to learn anything that you haven't learned. So don't be shy. If you still don't know how a C-stand works, that's okay for today. Today is our simple day. Things are going to get way more complicated as we move forward. So if you still don't know how something works, it's okay. Ask for help and be the first one to give it a try today. All right, help yourself to a donut and report to your department head for your tasks for the day. We begin.
Now, before we begin, I'd like to give you a little insight into the story. The film is a murder mystery divided into 4 episodes, each episode tracking a character's perspective of the story. The first episode focuses on delinquent Trey Freeman.
So Trey starts off kind of as a overlooked kid. He doesn't really have a father figure. He's kind of just like a vagrant. He gets accused of things all the time. He's always in and out of jail. But basically the inner conflict, I think, within Trey is trying to take responsibility for his actions. So he kind of starts off the movie feeling like he's a victim of his circumstance. You know, all these bad things always happen to me. But by the end of the film, he kind of realizes that he has agency, he can make free choices, and he can change his life, and he does that.
Scene 7.1, take 2. Action.
Hey, what's up, Trey?
Richie, what's good?
Hey, Trey.
Oh, hey, Johnny.
Cut.
I enjoy directing because you get to see your vision come to life. I wrote the first episode and now I get to kind of make the creative decisions as to how I want it to look. It's stressful at times because I don't know what I want all the time, but it's kind of teaching me how to be decisive, make decisions, so I'm learning a lot.
So, you need another one? Oh, all right. This is my hand. There we go. So right now, we're trying to finish up our lighting setup as we shoot the news reporter who's going to pop up actually on the screen in the movie. So it's not even like an actual scene, but she's just going to appear on the TV in the scene. So going that extra mile, just to get that professionalism.
As we made our way through the first day, people started to get a feel for their jobs.
If the actor is like whispering and they're too quiet, you don't want to, at the end of the take, he's not loud enough, like then he feels really insecure, and the director may come up to you and be like, that was too much. I want him to be quiet. You figure it out. And then we have to break out the lavalier microphones.
I am setting up Squirtle and Charmander for receiving sound. So Squirtle is this little guy right here. He is connected to this guy, which is taped to the actors' chests to help us hear them talk.
Sure. Is that the industry standard name?
Squirrel? Yes.
No. They're called lav mics. And the hardest part is trying to tape these bad boys onto the actor's chest because they do not stay still.
Okay, watch me do an ambush interview.
Ambush?
Yeah. How do you respond to people who say that you're not good at your job?
I agree with them.
About who?
That I can't do my job.
I agree that Lena can't do her job.
This would be
How?
too dark.
How do you grab onto this?
And Lena can explain this a little better as the day goes on.
Watch out for the plexiglass on the floor. Oh my gosh, that is dangerous. Are you saying that because you stepped on it?
All the girls have seen it. Look, even Macy's going around it. None of the boys, they're like oblivious to it.
It's clear.
I'll hold this.
Hey, Parker, you missed that?
Where should I put this?
Glass!
Yes,
So we are shooting the airport scene, and so to recreate like an airport, we're using the LED wall as the backdrop, but we need something for the actors to interact with. So the high school office was generous enough to let us borrow their chairs, which look like airport chairs. So we'll be setting them up in front of the LED wall and letting the actors use that as their prop.
Rotate, 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 rotate. I'm just quick adding some stuff to this side of the set. So what we're doing here is we're in an airport scene, which we've prepped for shots shooting this way. So I'm just bringing some life into here so when you blur it out, it doesn't look like just green. So there's some vending machines here. And same with this way, there's like a little airport screen. Action.
And with our first few scenes done, we packed up and got ready to head to our next location.
We are bringing all the equipment to load the van because tomorrow we are going to a different location. Monday. Yes. Do we need to bring a flag?
Huh?
Like a neg?
What about, you need one?
Do we need to bring one?
I'm flattered that you think that I know anything.
Thank you.
I do not know. They're over there if you want them though.
I will, well, I'll just do it.
Right now we're at Garrett Weisberg's house. He's one of our producers and was gracious enough to let us use this house. It'll be interesting because we are filming at multiple different mansions throughout the summer, but it's all supposed to look like it's one person's mansion, Dan Jackson's.
This house is like really cool. Everything is just, also it's really cool to shoot on a location instead of being cooped up in the little studio.
Onto your light that makes the source of light optically bigger. Not literally, but now it's hitting all of this and diffusing through it, and it softens the shadows on my face, right? Makes it way prettier. I'm also an amazing teacher.
All right, Lena, what we'll do.
Go get the flag, Zane, come here. So, we're gonna move this just a tad back.
I don't know, I missed the entire first week, but that's fine. I was on vacation with my family, really awesome time. But I'm like the guy who twists that knob and makes stuff in focus. There we go. Yeah, Mr. Perini helped me do that. Thank you. It's been really fun. It's really not stressful. I don't know why. It's just really nice to come here and for 8 hours just make a film.
Scene 42.1, take 3.
Action.
My expectations are that this film would be better than The Fountain of Youth. I think that'd be really great for us to just continue to improve a little bit every day with every project, and I think already it has. The footage is looking great. We're on schedule and under budget, so I'm pretty happy. I'm a happy camper.
And like most campers, he wouldn't be happy for very long.
Will do, thank you.
Thanks, Garrett.
See you tomorrow. So we had an actor drop and a location fall through. At least it's the first few days, you know? I can't imagine what it would be like being halfway through production and then an actor says I can't do it anymore. And then having to recast, that's horrible.
Our original actor for Dan Jackson, he was only on set for a couple of days, and all of a sudden, he did not come to set. And we were delayed for all of our takes, and we were all just curious as to why we weren't doing anything.
Sorry? No, I think he is. He might just be running a little late. But we're just... Yeah, I mean, somebody said he was in the changing room, but that was like an hour ago, so it's kind of hard to believe.
I might go get changed, you think? Yeah, that might be good. We just have to wait on Dan before we can even start, but yeah. We have no clue when he will, right? Yeah. Kind of an issue if he doesn't make it.
Our actor for Dan Jackson disappeared on the same day, his character was supposed to disappear.
The actor disappearing did cause a big stress for me because I had to now reschedule. Like, we only had a certain number of shooting days and this was strict. So now we had to find times when we could go back to the hangar, or we could go back to Garrett's dad's house where we shot the scenes with him and Kyle Martin. All of us got into a circle during lunch break, and we looked at 2 other actors that we had considered for that role. And we kind of just chose which one we'd want to go with, and we didn't even need that actor until months after. So we solved the problem the second it happened.
It was funny, but we also were concerned because we wanted to make sure the actor was okay. And in the end, he was okay, and there were no hard feelings at all. But it was just it was a great way to start. It was a great way to start shooting.
47, 48, 50, 20. Okay, that's exterior. Okay, so we're doing exterior last, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, Zaro. Let me tell you all the action that's happening tonight. That we're gonna cover.
Oh, I like that.
Red, blue, cops. We couldn't afford a cop car. No, I'm kidding. It takes about a month or so to book a cop in advance to have them come out and do something like this, and it costs money. We may do that. I'm still kind of debating it. So for tonight, we're just throwing on a red and blue light, and we're going to pulse them separately, and it should have a lighting effect as if there's a cop car, even though there really isn't. So gotcha.
It was late in the evening. It was already dark when I arrived on set, and so it was quite interesting to get my costume. To have a white t-shirt and bad jeans and just feel like I was a terrible person. It was outside the norm of my character, so it was fun to play something different.
Just turned it off. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Basically, it was on the screen a format or no formatting, and it just turned red, which means it could have just formatted the whole card, which means it all got deleted, but it didn't. It didn't, so we fixed it. Okay, good.
Right now we're gonna get in my truck because we're gonna want to dolly in the street, but that would take too long, and we don't want to block the street. So we're just gonna hop in the back of my truck and use it as a dolly. So we'll see how it goes.
Last shot of the day. I think we have a few other shots that'll be random days throughout, just because of locations, but yeah, pretty much the last shot of the episode, so pretty cool.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hey, Mr. Mills. You're done running, Trey. Come on.
Cut. Any need for another, or are you good?
I think you're good. You got plenty. I mean, I think that was our best. But the
Other ones are
good.
usable. Good. All right, cool. That's good. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. So that's all. Yep.
Like loudly.
That's a wrap.
On set, we got used to hearing, "That's a wrap," a lot, but we still celebrated it every day. It was a reminder of how short our time was together.
We're just gonna gather everybody. We're just gonna do a cold read and then we're just gonna run through it. Perfect. Because we're almost ready with camera, not exactly, but we'll just get started. Okay, perfect.
I decided to be a director for episode 2 because I wrote the script for it and I just really knew what I wanted in my head and I just want to see that in person. And right now, even though it's the first day, I feel confident that I'll be able to see it.
Episode 2, directed by Lena Apicella, follows the trial of Stella Jackson, the missing man Dan's wife.
We don't have a ton to do today. We have our 8 shots, so it should be a pretty relaxed day. So that's good because we need to learn what we're doing. So sound, maybe grab Ryan if you don't know what you're doing, and he can kind of explain to you the process. I know Julian knows too. Camera team can talk with Zara. You can teach your gaffer, about the light meter. We've got time for that. So let's treat today like our learning day.
Something that came along with the episodic format of the series was that with each episode, we switched roles. meaning that every 2 weeks we had to learn a new job.
This is a story about a boy who became a man in the film industry.
Good job. Are you supposed to be like doing it?
Yeah, what's up? I don't have a job right now. Here's how gaffing works. When they yell at me, I call. It's like I'm like a fireman, you know? If they need, they go, I go, and then I go, and then I go. Otherwise, I sit around and do nothing.
All right, everybody, clear from the dining room, please. That includes you, Michael. I'm not joking.
The actor Giuseppe, what's his name? Name?
Nick.
He's tall, right? Right, Nick, our actor, he's tall.
Could you fix the
Roll camera.
Thank you.
Scene 89.1, take 1.
And action.
This is it. First interview.
What do I say? Nothing. Something. Just don't say anything stupid.
I've waited 2 hours to eat goldfish. Goldfish. 2 hours of waiting for goldfish. That's the biggest letdown in my life. It's so sad. But it's goldfish. Here, let me mic this. Let me mic the goldfish.
I can't believe we didn't get Panda Express. I'm still really frustrated about it. Did the first restaurant go on like strike or something? Because he just said they all left the restaurant. Like he just said that like everyone just left. I was like, that's wild.
We're in Art Basel right now, shooting a restaurant scene with Stella, Diane, Gio.
So my name's Gio. Hi, playing Gio, and I'm a very charismatic waiter today. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
Your tip, ma'am?
Stella, sweetheart, you want to explain where you got that cash?
Dan is making me revert to other lucrative habits.
Stella.
I play Diane in Rec-A-Rec of 10-4. She is a blast. I've had so much fun playing her. She is silly, she's not the brightest, but I think you'll be surprised that she's got some, there is something going on in her brain after all, sometimes.
Jump the fence! I can't! Why? I'm in heels! Diane!
So today is the bus tie scene. These 2 days are the bus tie scene, where our two characters, Stella and Diane, steal a bus. So we're just getting some late night shots of them planning and trying to sneak into the school without anybody knowing and steal a bus.
Late loser came at 7.
I was here at 6:15 because I saw the text. But
Me too.
Garrett was wrong. He didn't send out a call time. We should all get this on camera.
Yeah, in the group chat. Why do you look cute right now? You look
I don't know. I
good.
thought we were inside, so I'm gonna sweat now. So it's
Yep. So far. Yep. Thank you.
I've come so far. What are you talking about?
You didn't know what a follow focus was.
Okay, I really didn't know what a fall focus was. I know how to properly use exposure.
It's okay. It's okay.
Buses, as I did not know, cost a lot of money. So our one character, Stella, she's broke. So she needs to get a security guard, but her husband cut her off. So now she's super scared and needs to get a bus so she could sell it on the black market.
Oh yeah, I guess I do get to decide who gets punched.
Yes. Scene 81.15, take 4.
You're still soft. You're still soft. We'll see what happens.
And 3, 2, 1, action!
Come on, Stella! I'm on fire, baby! Let's fix this. Diane, what? You're amazing! You too, Moo!
Well, right now I'm holding a light because I'm holding it and making sure it doesn't fall over or anything. Basically, the idea was to put the C-stand in the bus, put it through the hatch, and I got on the bus because I offered to, because I think it would be fun. Yeah, Garrett's on the other bus over there. Anyways, we're on the bus, and I'm actually really happy because I'm like bus king, tiger bus king.
Once we're lit,
Yeah.
you can come down.
Okay.
24 because we got the girls saying their lines, right? So I knew going into this, we only had a set amount of hours that we had. It is nighttime, so I wasn't really looking for the precise 3-point lighting, and I'm okay with just getting the story there. Lighting so much I didn't worry about because I had so many shots that I needed and wanted, so I just focused on getting that to the point where one unit was working with the security guards to get this certain amount of shots while the other group was setting up a shot. And we'd kind of go like back and forth. While this unit was setting up a shot, would do some takes over here.
What shots are we filming today?
Okay, I got it.
No. Do you think you know what you want to do in film?
I don't think I want to be 18. BTS is looking real good right now.
I'm being co-director, but I'm also just trying to be anybody's hands that they need. So whether that's Zaro, Michael, or Lena, or Damas, I am a helper. And that's my priority. I'm a little tired, not gonna lie. It's 11:35. That's late. That's late for me.
81.17, take 1.
And 3, 2, 1, action. Freeze. On your knees. Cut.
Nailed it.
Cool. Yay.
That's a wrap.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Absolutely, thank you.
Amazing working with all of you and seeing what you guys are doing and how it's like honestly how it gets done too, because like it's not always that I get to like watch, you know, and learn too. We're always learning, like no matter what level we're at. So it's been so humbling and so fun to be back. It just means everything to kind of come back and like full circle and be with y'all. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Lena, you're awesome. So good, so talented. You guys are all so talented. So talented, all of you guys.
There's no doubt in my mind that like one of you is bound to like end up on the next incredible like Marvel movie, working on directing or producing the next Star Wars, the next Marvel. I don't know. All I'm saying is don't forget about me. Put me in, coach, you know? I'm in it. I'll be in it.
I am so glad that Laura was able to come this week. It's been really great. I'm super glad that she was able to come the first week I was director because she's really made the transition into the directory world a lot easier. She's been super nice, super great, and I'm just super blessed that she was able to come.
You know what is it?
Now we are preparing for the smoothie explosion where Stella presses the button and makes it explode without the lid on, and with this covering kind of tsunamiing towards her. So it should be really fun for us. Not really her. It's okay.
One of the most important parts of making this film high quality was dividing up the workload. By far, our largest department was art.
Art today was crazy kinda, because we had to pour milk on the actress Stella, and so we also had to mash a bunch of fruit in her hair to give her the look that the smoothie exploded. Oh yeah, and then cleaning up took probably like 40 minutes to do. We made a mess behind the counter, but everything worked out in the end, and I think the scenes look really good, so.
Okay, okie dokie, and 3, 2, 1, action. Can we get a towel?
While we tried our best to be serious on set, we did still have a good time. I present the C-47 game.
So what we have here are C-47s, and yes, they're clothespins, but because of budgeting reasons in the film industry, we call them C-47s so you can order them and it makes sense. The game is, while you're working hard, people sneak around and they clip them on your shirt or your pants or your shoes or something. And so if you look around the set, you might find someone with C-47s on them. So someone got me earlier, and now I'm going to return the favor.
There's a bunch of Matt has one on.
Yeah. Someone got your hoodie.
Yeah. So stressful. I've come home with C-47s on.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's about.
And Grippa just stands here most of the time, but joking, she's a hard worker. And then, oh, I got clipped.
So we're filming at a school because we're filming like this school scene because Stella's working at a school. She's trying new different jobs. And then it will segue into the dance scene, which we're going to film in our dance studio at our school.
My role, the Reich of Echo, I'm the clapper. I took it from Chase. It was adequate at best.
He's exponentially worse at it than I was.
You said better or worse?
Whatever floats your boat.
Chase, that was like really condescending. I hope you know your hat's sideways. Your hat's been sideways for 2 days straight and I haven't fixed it. I hope you know that. I was gonna fix it. 72A, take one.
This is my last scene. This is depressing. Because it's just been like a super different experience than what I've ever done before because I've just usually been helping people. Like really just like whether if it's loading the van or just helping people like when they tell me what to do stuff. So telling people what to do has been very fun. Action. Cut. Action. Cut. And action. Cut. Fun. Was that cool? Okay. Yes.
All right, that's a wrap on episode 2.
Thank you. We put you like through like the most interesting 2 days like ever. Yeah. Oh my gosh, thank you for just being such a trooper. That was just so fun.
Now we are officially halfway through production. Episode 3 follows Giuseppe L'Aquila and is where the action really starts to pick up.
My name is Austin Parenti, and I am the writer and director of The Wreck of Echo 10-4, Episode 3. Probably what I'm looking forward to most in directing is working with Nick Puya. He is a fantastic guy, and we have just clicked immediately. You know, he's only a year older than me. He's Italian and comes from a similar heritage than I do, and I think he really just understands the character. I'm so excited because, you know, for the first time in Studio 70's history, you know, we're able to hire so many professional actors. And the difference between that and, you know, just recruiting one of our parents or friends to come do the role is that they take the craft seriously.
King of the jungle.
You know, this week is my last week.
Wait, why? What? Co-director or on set?
On set.
Where are you going?
I'm doing like this Broadway artistic intensive next week for the next 3 weeks.
Pretty sure when I was your age, all I did was rip stick in my cul-de-sac.
That's cool, Sue.
So I want to do this next scene in a wider shot because it kind of plays well with humor. We're gonna have Giuseppe and Gio, our two criminals walking down the street planning to heist, to steal and destroy this house. So they'll walk through here in a nice long, wide take. The sun will hopefully be setting behind them. We'll have a beautiful blue hour. That's the very short time right after sunset when it's still light enough to keep filming, but it's certainly not sundown anymore. The sun is gone, and you're left with the bluish hue that's left in the sky for maybe a 10-minute window. In Florida, the sky gets kind of pinkish too, which I'm hoping for. The dolly will be sliding with them all throughout their conversation until they leave the frame at this point. So it'll be about a 30-second shot. And the tough thing is with that, we're fighting for sunlight. So if we start shooting that at 8, we get our first take, make some tweaks. By the time we go for our second take, it's 8:05. The sky looks completely different. Into 8:10, 8:15, and then at a certain point we run out of light. So we'll see if it's even achievable. We'll really have to cook. Hence why we're setting up now at 6:45, and we'll do some camera rehearsals. And that way, when we do this shot, we're as ready as we possibly can be.
Thanks for picking me, you know? It's a huge honor.
You're welcome. No, shh.
Seriously, you could have picked anybody in our pool.
I realize that, kid. Listen, you're one of a kind. Now, please forget about it and shh. Let's go.
Working with real actors was a lot of fun, but did they like working with us? During the break, I had a chance to ask Nick Puya that very question.
How's being on a set full of kids? The bug spray.
It's phenomenal because you guys are so in it and you're dedicated and you love the craft. Like, I've never been around people, kids especially, that are so in love with the craft as much as I am. It's phenomenal. And then you got a phenomenal teacher, Austin Parenti.
Good name drop.
Hey. Really though, you guys are dead. It's really inspirational working with you all.
Where's the money? I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm gonna throw you up. This is where's the money?
Cut. It's great. That's all I need. Thank you.
So today we are at the new Frank Domino Student Union, and we're going to be doing some quick exterior shots to show off how the character of Giuseppe isn't a nice guy. He's going to be a little nasty today.
Okay. That's a good way. This is very good.
And then good. Well, a little bit.
Remember, it's 3, 2, 1, action. Ready? 3, 2, 1, action. Cut. It's great.
Wait until the slate's out.
Welcome home.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so happy
So
to be
good to
back.
see you again.
I feel like I left for like a month.
Yes. We missed you so much, seriously. So.
Today is my last day on set for the summer, and that is really sad. So I'm just trying to make sure I work really, really hard today, so it's really, really bad, and so I feel really, really slow.
Yeah, Macy, wrong one. What? Okay, we need more.
They're having a great time celebrating the end of a hard week, and what they don't realize is they've got a pizza around still, and nothing can go wet.
We have to clean up.
Yeah, we're making a film, but we also know how to have a good time. Sometimes we try and show Parenti, and he's usually nice enough to play along.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Why'd you do that?
Hey, you remember that actor that dropped? Well, his replacement's here, and he's got the exact same name as Giuseppe. That's not confusing at all.
Today we're filming first is the fight scene between Dan and Giuseppe. Dan and Trey actually walk in on Giuseppe tying up his wife. And so finally, you know, they have this conversation with one another. They do a little fight before Dan runs off to the airfield.
Yeah, the first thing you got to keep in mind with a fight scene is safety. You know, usually when you set up the camera and tripod and lighting, you don't have to really worry about your actors. You just film them talking. But now we need to coach them. If they don't have experience with fighting, I have a feeling they do. If they don't, they need to be drilled on exactly how to punch in a safe way, where to land those punches. Also, it's high energy and it's fast cuts. So each edit may only last for a second, maybe even less than 1 second. So you usually spend less time lighting and use that time to get more takes until you get one that looks really, really realistic.
We're focused more on him, on Dan, but we just have to make sure we position ourselves okay.
So for the fight scene, there's a few different things going on. We have Stella duct taped to a chair. And so we have the chair ready to go, and we're gonna use gaff tape, and we're gonna have to create a layer on her arm, and then another layer of duct tape around that so that we don't actually hurt her when we rip it off. For the actual fight scene, there's a part where I think it's Giuseppe grabs a vase and some mugs and just chucks it at the other character straight on his back, and it's supposed to shatter all over his back. So obviously we don't want to actually hurt the actors, so what we do is we have props that are specific for film. It's basically like a vase made out of candy, so that when it makes contact with the actor's back, it won't hurt him.
Action.
And in a flash, it was our last day of episode 3, and we were back in the hangar.
So be very safe. Safer than yesterday. Because we broke something yesterday. Cut.
The thing is, one piece of duct tape is so thin.
Be careful, get out of there.
It turns out boom poles and ceiling fans are not a good combination.
Yeah, it'll be hard to break this, but particularly they asked me to remind you, these little spigots on the end of the plane, these dingle hoppers are incredibly expensive, incredibly fragile. So even where Ryan is standing, I would call that unsafe. I would imagine that there's like a shield, like a Gungan shield generator. You really don't want to go through it or you'll get hit with a bongo. Okay. Otherwise, guys, the footage is looking extraordinary. All of you have been improving dramatically. I mean, I'm finding shots that are super sharp in focus. I'm hearing sound that is absolutely clear despite people yelling and being calm between takes. I mean, it's awesome. So we've got a really great film shaping up. So let's keep it going. It's gonna be a hot day, a lot of fighting, but at the end of it, I hope you feel super accomplished, like you did something really meaningful.
Dan, he... What are you doing? Stop! Let go of me!
Kate, get out of here!
I did think it. Oh, did you get hit? Action. Fierce, dude. That is so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Alrighty. Isabel, that's it.
That's a wrap. On episode 3.
Oh, double clap. All right. Crew, we need to get everything into the van, please.
Yeah, you still need attitude and thanks. Congratulations. I was wondering who would shake my hand. I'm glad I got to opt for my last shot. That was good. And having you as my first AC.
Every director.
It's the last day on my episode 3, and that's pretty sad because it has been such a blast. I really do think my particular giftings lend themselves more toward directing than producing. So I've had the most fun in these past 2 weeks. This was delightful, and I'll be sad to see it go. I just love working with these actors. I love mentoring students in the art of directing. It was such a privilege to work with Lena again, one last time. And you know, her last day was Friday, and I don't think any of us really quite processed that until it was over. And I remember talking to her and just thanking her for her commitment to the program and the friendship and joy that she's brought to set. And then we both kind of went our separate ways, and she told me she walked in the door of her house and just started crying. I got in the van and I got really choked up. It just sucks. You're a family, you spend so much time together, and you see these students grow and become such fantastic young human beings. And you've got those golden couple of years where you see them every single day, and then suddenly not at all. We'll see her at the premiere. I hope she'll visit often, but she's gone. And soon so will Isabel and Ryan, and Garrett will go back to college. All of these guys. And so as a teacher, and I suppose as a parent, you just kind of, you deal with it, you move on. But it's never the same. The beautiful thing that gives me hope and joy are the freshmen who have joined us, though. You know, just as Lena was stepping out, her sister Gigi stepped in. Isn't that amazing, you know? And she's been just as committed and just as hard of a worker as her older sister has been. And while we don't have that deep relationship yet, I'm sure we will. Lena and I didn't have it this time last year either. I see people like Ryan Winters and Zane and Camilla dedicating so much time and effort here. Certainly what we've lost will be replenished. It'll be in a different way. It will never be the same, but it won't be worse either. It'll just be new. And that's the horrible curse of the teacher, is constantly having to say goodbye to some of the most beautiful, fantastic people you'll ever know.
Episode 3 was over, and you guessed it, it was time to start episode 4.
We can't really light it, can we?
No.
Okay, so we...
The thing is, I don't know how he can, because we're getting a wide. Yeah.
Should we just put...
So yeah, episode 4 is a culmination of many events. Episode 4 kind of has the big reveal that Dan is alive. We have a bunch of action sequences. We have a car chase. We get to see the skydiving scene. We have a little mini shootout. So it's just kind of a wrap up of the whole series, and kind of reveal the intentions of each actors and kind of where Dan lands on his arc and also where Trey lands on his arc. This whole time he's been trying to prove that he's more than just a city kid, and ultimately he does prove that in the end.
You remember that bus that Stella stole? She got a little angry.
Stay. No, I insist. Yes, ma'am.
It was a lot of work to try and figure out how to simulate a bus crash. So we crashed a bus.
So we're crashing a bus, and this is what we're crashing it into. So we're gonna take those big mounts over there. We're gonna put it on the wall right there, and then the bus is gonna go through that red part, and the white stuff is just there for effect. And we carved our names, just so everybody knows that we're the best.
We have 4 sheets of 8x4 plywood, a little thicker than we wanted, so I cut some partial cuts along the back. If we go around, we can see that. They're each screwed into this one plank here, which keeps support in the center and keeps it from caving in.
It's gray, and it might rain. It will rain, actually. It's looking like a sure thing. The bus is 12 to 20 minutes away because there was an issue with it. And also, it's like an older bus, so it's gonna retire soon. And what if it doesn't work? Like, there are a lot of concerns that come with using an old bus. Are the other cameras protected?
I hope so.
I'm the kind of person who overcomes.
I love my job.
All right, trial number 1. Good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
Do you want to practice again, or do you want to just go for it?
I don't know, because I don't know about my stopping distance. Because I'm gonna hit it. I'm not gonna let off the gas until I hit it. And so I'm gonna be, as soon as I plow into this, I'm gonna start braking as hard as I can.
I'll back the cameras up just a little more than we think we need to. And we'll hit record and we'll all run into the other lot, so nobody will be by the cameras.
All right, I'm gonna blast the horn. Give me 1 second, we're rolling. Oh boy, make this good, right?
I mean, it could not have gone more beautifully. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
That was perfect. It was fantastic. The way the doors came apart, and one of them scooted right up to the camera and was so close to bumping the main camera, but it didn't. So the Holy Spirit maybe held it back. I don't know, but that it could not have gone better. Truly amazing.
Well, it looks beautiful on camera. Not too much shrapnel, so actually not too much cleanup. And then bus worked, so I'm at peace.
Oh, that's nice.
Namaste.
Today is a long day. We started at King's Academy and we simulated our bus crash. We drilled together these long pieces of plywood to kind of create a facade of the barn doors. And we had Mr. Walter drive through them, smash them to bits, so that we can use that here. So now we're here. We brought our actors, we brought our crew, and we're going to continue filming the final sequence of this film. Very dramatic. Lots of guns and chasing.
Ryan.
Can we get a Dre cast?
I have to be holding the boom, and operating with the levels at the same time at any given moment by myself with no one else. You know, us sound people, we're the lowest of the lows.
If we shoot Nick and then we shoot the wide, Andre's not in the wide till the end at the tackle part, so that's fine. You all kind of just dive out. So, but yeah, nothing crazy. Don't.
We're not getting hit.
Layer these. You don't get hit by the bus. It's like the bus comes through and it's like, oh, I'm getting out of here. Crash!
Can you roll it back for me, King?
Yep.
You guys okay?
Great work, guys.
Scene 150R, take 2.
All right, here we go. And action.
Dan!
Action.
Horse stand! Give me the envelope, Trey!
Come and take it!
All right, cut!
We have those loose to rest. Let's leave Garrett alone to take care of the chickens and do this tape. Sound ready?
Michael. Give an interior look, or do you want to smooth the feet bit against the door?
You could give him food, make him fat, I don't care.
So we were filming in Isabel's barn. The pros, it looked super cool. The cons, chickens.
But I did lose control of the plane. Engine.
All right, so right now I'm setting up some GoPros because we're gonna do our stunt stuff today. And so it's really cool to get some like low angles of the cars, like some wheels kicking up and stuff like that and dirt as they're driving. So, and we're not gonna hang somebody out the side of a car. So we're gonna do some GoPro stuff. We'll have the drone up in the air. And so yeah, so hopefully we'll get some cool stuff today.
Fantastic.
Free advertising for Supreme. Look, give us some money.
I thought it was cool that a full-grown man was being the stunt double to my son Kyle, and he was having a great time. I actually hauled kids around in the back of my Ford F-350 that day, which was quite interesting. I was trying to go slow enough because it was a bumpy dirt road not to knock kids out, because I kept thinking in the back of my mind about liability for me and for the school.
What if I jumped out right now? What if I jumped out?
All right, cool.
We finished shooting our stunts on the ground. Now it was time to film one in the air. This is Brian Young, a skydiving videographer based in Sebastian, Florida. He and stunt diver Chris Goodall were gracious enough to volunteer their time to help us make this shot a reality.
The best way to do it would make it look like he's coming up, and then here's the door and he dives out towards the tail.
Okay.
So head first diving, I think, is gonna look the best.
Oh, that's our stunt double.
Oh, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
How'd it go?
Great. Yeah, it's really good.
Welcome back. Glad you're alive.
That's fun.
Right. Like even on, probably like this is fine.
That's perfect, yeah. You got
This,
the inlet and
the
all.
the
That's
fall.
Perfect, yeah. I think coming out kind of allows you to cut where you want and play.
That looks dope. Okay, yeah.
Let me see if I have the.
Okay,
Let me just.
I brought some.
Oh.
It's been such a fun summer. Again, I feel like we just started, but it's already like the end, unfortunately. And I'm just so thankful for the King's Academy for letting us have this opportunity just to like let these kids experience something that many people who are in the professional film, they won't get to experience this. But the kids do, and it's been a great learning opportunity. We've had so much fun. I feel like the kids have really grown in their craft and in their, just relationships with one another, and that's what's really fun.
Every scene that I shot here with you guys, the King's Academy, was phenomenal. Like this is one of my favorite film sets I've ever been on.
I'm getting the level set for the Don's lair, and I didn't really light this corner, but Mr. King wants it lit, so I'm going to take this. So we'll put that little light there just to add a little bit of depth.
Technically, camera is here, looking down.
So we want it.
So we're gonna, yeah.
You could almost spin the table around.
Yeah, but
Mark?
cut.
Whoa.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap on episode 4.
Hey, we did it.
Even though it was our last day of shooting for episode 4, it wasn't actually our last day of filming. You remember that actor that dropped? Well, we had to go back and record all those scenes again with the new Dan. So here is our last and arguably the most chaotic day yet.
Camilla, could you get on the dibba? And then Eddie, you get on that one. So you want a 2-8?
On the hot spots.
All right. Today we are back at Garrett's house filming the scene where Dan is confronted by Stella. She's mad, and then she storms out, and Trey goes into his office. We filmed this, I think, day 5 of our film shoot, and we're back here to do some reshoots and some pickup shots, and we're also here with Elvis. Rehearsal in 3, 2, 1, action.
We've already shot some scenes that are supposed to take place on the same day in the script, so we're gonna have to be careful with continuity, with costumes and props. We have them eating a meal. We have him looking at the will. Just a lot of little things, but I think we're ready. Lots of emotions. Super sad that it's our last day, but I think we have a lot to be proud of, so I'm excited to see it in theaters.
How is your last day here?
Oh, it's so good. Well, not like so good that it's over. Yeah. I'm saying like it's good that we did this. That's what I'm trying to say. So
Wow.
I'll definitely miss you guys. So. Thanks, Josie.
Yeah, of course. What?
Wait, Josie.
Are we done?
Oh, I mean,
do you have more
it's your
to
call.
say?
On that question?
Yeah. Do you have another question? Nope. Nope. That's all.
Taking it down.
Now we're at 1-4. 2.
Okay, good.
Already there was this lingering exhaustion in the air because they were actually scenes we had already filmed with the first actor who played the character of Dan who dropped. So we're back at the same location, reshooting things we had already shot within our first week of production. We were all having a great time. It was very, very fun to be together, but we're tired and it's feeling a little redundant. I think in one day, we had scenes from episodes 1, 2, and 3. So we're switching directors. And at this point, Lena had actually stepped away from the project to go and pursue a separate internship that she had received. Since she had wrapped episode 2, she wasn't with us. And so I'm sitting there trying to direct for her. And I'm reading her notes on the scene. And I'm so confused. I'm sitting like this in a chair with my head sunk in her notes. And some crew member comes up behind me and is just like, "Do you need help with that?" I'm like, "No, I don't need help with this. I'll be fine." And I look up and it's Lena who surprised us with a visit. And oh man, I was so relieved to have her back on set so that she could help us land this plane.
Lena came back to surprise us, and it was this huge surprise, and Mr. Parenti almost cried, almost, and now she's helping direct because Mr. Parenti was just going to direct these scenes from her episode, but now that she's here, she can direct, and she's going to go pick up lunch, and I'm going to go with her, and Chase is going to AD, our first AD while I'm gone, so.
Only able to be like for the established shot because then I have to go get lunch, dinner.
Can I get it first?
Because Garrett just has to be here.
Yeah,
like,
no, let me get it or something so you can stay in direct. I would so much rather that, please.
Okay.
Cool, all right.
So it's just your blocking that we just need to master down, because then everything else, it'll kind of just flow, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's good then. I got it. All of us as like a crew, we work well together. Everyone gets along very well. We know when we should have fun, and we know when we should work. Sometimes it's a little hard to go from fun to work.
The pool. I ran out to grab us lunch when I came back. The crew was soaked. And at first I remember being very confused. I thought surely we had finished filming and that's why they had jumped in the pool to celebrate. But no, there were still scenes on end that had to be shot. I was furious. Like, why on earth are we jumping in a pool when we're handling electronic equipment? I think sometimes I get caught up in the destination and not the journey. I think filmmaking, especially in an academic setting like this, it's all about the journey. It's about the joy that we have in trying to create a project together. And the end product is actually second to the experience, to the learning that happens.
Trey's key is good. Pink or green? Pink. A little bit?
Are you going to talk about your first year drinking?
I'm so nervous to call rap. Like, my voice might crack because I might get emotional. But anyway, Natalie told me to practice, so I'm going to practice. That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4. Variety. That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4. And that's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4.
The attitude, the good attitude, like every single day, even though it's like 100 degrees, and the good work ethic. I mean, you guys are just like really like pro, and I'm just like, I'm really impressed, and I'm like, think you have a really great teacher and great people supporting you guys, so keep on rocking.
That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4. That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4. That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4.
How's been working on this set?
I've had a blast, honestly, and I'm being honest. Everyone's a hard worker in all kinds of conditions. We usually finish a little early almost every day. That's incredible. It's been a great shoot. And fun, most time. The AD, whew, I don't know about that one, but otherwise it's a great shoot. I'm being interviewed. I'm being interviewed. No, I was just being honest.
No, I heard you.
You're a good AD. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
With my interview?
You watch your back.
Okay.
That's a wrap on the... Don't do this to me. Oh my gosh. That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4. That's the way to say it.
No, you're saying it really bad. You have to do it like this.
Are you AD?
Well, I'm showing you how.
No, he's not.
Good.
You almost said it, didn't you?
No, I didn't almost say it. I'm just nervous. Woo!
It's been such an incredible ride to be with you guys. I already told Austin and a few of you, thank you for your energy. Keep this energy and this spirit in everything you do, and you're gonna do great in life. Thank you so much.
Camera ready? She has it. Roll sound.
I didn't say I was ready.
Just roll it. I'm gonna cry.
Okay, rolling.
Roll camera.
After all of the stunts, the chases, the crashes, blood, sweat, and tears, our final shot was an insert of an empty couch.
All right, everybody. That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4.
Two down. We'll see how many I can do before I die. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. You keep him, okay?
You want this?
That's a wrap on the Wreck of Echo 10-4.
We called cut on the final shot, and we announced it was a wrap, and slowly we tore down all that equipment, loaded the van, and I remember just sitting there in the dark in the trunk of the van. It had been loaded for a few minutes, but people weren't excited to go home. People were lingering, especially our seniors, who had just called cut on their final project ever at Studio 70. And so everybody stayed. I don't know how long it was, but it felt like it could have been an hour or more. And we just savored that feeling, reminiscing about other projects that we had done, the Fountain of Youth, and even the Firmament. I don't think any of us wanted it to end. And isn't that the worst part? We work so hard and so quickly to get to the end, only to wish that we had just one more shot to get.
What is that?
Art team.
Kidding.
Oh, I know. I learned that 4 years ago.
I'm talking to whoever's listening.
Because it's not
Yeah, you have to do
like just pictures.
And with that, it was actually time for us to say goodbye.
Yeah. Are you feeling overwhelmingly sad, like brokenhearted and stuff?
Well, most of us.
Truth be told, guys, I'm going tomorrow, and that's gonna be sad. I'm gonna be sobbing.
Oh wait, I actually genuinely forgot about that when we were like saying goodbye. We're having pickups tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, never mind then. I'll do this again tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. See you lady.
So today is a pickup day, and basically what a pickup day is once we assemble the rough cut, we get to see what shots we haven't gotten yet, or like things that we intentionally missed and meant to get later, or ADR we need to get, and we just get together like a very, very small crew and basically just get those shots and finish it off. And today we have Ryan, Lena, and me, so 3 seniors who are a part of the summer film and in the film 3 classes, and we just had a really fun day of getting pickups and stuff like that, and we started a new tradition, so.
Take away, Ryan.
All right, and action actors. And car.
Good.
Cut.
I'm so tired.
One, action. Cut. Great.
That's a wrap on pickups.
Movie over. Cool. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, go.
Guys, I'll see you soon.
Which is like,
Goodbye.
we already did the whole goodbye thing.
No, we didn't. This is goodbye. But maybe not. Because,
Oh, we better hire you next year.
well, it's obviously not goodbye. I'm kind of the premiere. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We are at the AMC Theater at Rosemary Square for the premiere of Wreck of Echo 10-4.
Thank you. Well, welcome to the premiere of The Wreck of Echo 10-4. We're so glad to have you here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Kavanaugh, and I was the writer and director of episode 1, as Mr. Parenti said.
I was so scared this summer because I had never really done anything like this before. I had directed one small thing, but other than that, I was walking into brand new territory.
The biggest thing I would hope everyone would take away is that the students really made this film. There's a scene, I don't know if you saw the sneak peek, where 2 characters look up at the power lines, and we're up there on this ladder, and there's like thousands of mosquitoes flying around us, and Julian was holding the camera, the one filming it. Macy Shipman was up there on a bus with a light quite some time, making sure that everything was lit. So as you guys watch this film, like, feel free, when you guys leave, like, encourage the students. Like, they did such a fantastic job.
And I really hope that you can see our passion and our hard work and our blood, our sweat, and our tears through watching this. And we really thank you for being here to experience that tonight. This past summer has definitely let me know that I am interested in directing, and I love the writing aspect and the storytelling of it all. And I'm going to school for film and television, and I know that this is something I want to pursue. That's something that this film has definitely brought to my attention because I love it so much.
On the one hand, it is cool. Like, I'm going off to college, and eventually I'll be, beginning my career, which is, the point of high school. You're kind of building towards college, and then college towards a career. So it's exciting, but it's also really sad. For one, it's like kind of like leaving your childhood behind a little bit, but also just these people that I've met. Parenti has been
a mentor, a teacher, and just a friend to me for the past 3-4 years. And so, you know, leaving that friendship behind, you know, obviously we'll still, you know, see each other and keep in touch, but never that same dynamic of, you know, working on these high school films together. So in that way, it's kind of sad, and you know, it'll probably be an adjustment, especially moving all the way across the country for college.
For those of you who don't know Mr. Parenti, he starts every class with a verse of the day, which I think is the most important and beneficial thing that you could possibly do. Because he's not only teaching us to be better filmmakers, but he's also teaching us how to walk with the Lord. And so I think all of Studio 70 agrees. We are just so thankful for him.
Hey, I'm the last one, I promise. I'm grateful to God every day that it's because He allows us to be creative, that we can enjoy the arts in the way we do. In Genesis 1:1, He set our first example of what it means to be an artist, and we follow in His steps as sub-creators trying to tell beautiful stories and make beautiful things. So we are grateful to God for allowing us to partake in that very, very special mystical thing that we call creativity. So let me pray for us, and then we will roll the film.
I want to thank you for letting me take you on this little journey with us. This isn't the end for Studio 70. We have much bigger projects on the way, but this is an end for the Rec of Echo 10-4. And for now, this is goodbye. Or should I say, that's a wrap.